is up, you guys, and welcome to the Chosen League podcast, where fire sports content is the name of the game. I'm your host, Devin. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. Watch this episode all the way to the end because I don't want you guys missing out what I have in store for you today. So, as we know, breaking news: Jeanie Buss, who was the majority owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, sold the Los Angeles Lakers to LA Dodgers owner Mark Walton. So here, ESPN Sham reported Wednesday that the Buss family will sell majority ownership to Mark Walter, who is the CEO and chairman of TWG Global. Notably, Jeanie Buss will remain as the team governor following the sale, which set a record for any sports franchise at an approximately $10 billion valuation. Walter is a familiar name for Lakers fans and the Buss family, as he has been a minority stakeholder in the franchise since 2021. Jerry Buss famously purchased the Purple and Gold in 1979 for 67.5 million dollars and turned them into one of the most famous sports franchises in all of sports. His purchase of the team just so happened to come in the same year Los Angeles selected Magic Johnson with the number one overall pick of the 1979 NBA draft, and the rest was history. Man, who knew that at this point that Jeanie Buss was going to, sell the Lakers? And normally, when you sell a team or when you're in a family business, normally it is either passed on to somebody in the family, which it was after Jerry Buss. It was Jeannie, but you maybe thought it was somebody else, but in the family. But now you have a guy like Mark Walter, who is a successor, who has a glimpse, who has a pretty much a bit of an idea of how the Lakers operate, what the franchise means. And before I go more in depth, question for discussion: what are your thoughts on Jeanie Buss selling the Lakers? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But yeah, this is, you got to look at it. Jeanie Buss is now in the same in the same boat, same situation now as Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban was once an owner of the Dallas Mavericks, and now he became, you know, he still has, a bit of say, a bit of pull in the Dallas Mavericks. Same with Jeanie Buss. But looking at Mark Walter and what he's able to bring, I'm excited for to see this new chapter for the Lakers with Mark Walter and his leadership and what he's able to do. And also some other players, people had things to say about, reacted to Jeanie Buss selling the Lakers, and one being only Luka Doncic, who was a new addition to the team. So this is what he had to say on Twitter, also X, also known as Twitter. The Lakers are an amazing organization. I'm looking forward to meeting Mark and excited about the future. I am also grateful to Jeanie and the Buss family for welcoming me to LA. And I'm happy that Jeanie will continue to be involved. I look forward to working with both of them. So yeah, Luka Doncic is in happy spirits. He's looking forward to this new chapter in his career, playing for the Lakers once again. And I believe this is going to put him at a point where he's really going to, you know, get that extension because he only signed 1 year. So now constructing his contract, getting him that extension he wants and making it happen. And then also, last but not least, Magic Johnson, Laker legend, had had this to say about the Lakers being sold. He said, Laker fans should be ecstatic. A few things I can tell you about Mark. He is driven by winning, excellence, and doing everything the right way. And he will put in the resources needed to win. I can understand why Jeanie sold the team to Mark Walter because they are just alike. And to Magic Johnson's credit, it makes sense when you've had a connection with somebody for so long and you understand their mindset the way they are, and it's like I know that this franchise will be in good hands when I step down and decide to, enjoy life and still do the little things that needs to be done in the for the franchise. But I know that the franchise will basically be in good hands when I pass the baton, or as they say, pass the torch. So, you know, I don't know how LeBron's gonna feel about it, but I know Luca, Magic Johnson's gonna be happy about it. But I look forward to this new chapter for the Lakers, a new ownership, see what he brings in and how he, makes a positive impact on the Lakers franchise. Who knows? They may be winning more championships. LeBron may be getting another championship before he retires. Who knows? But with Mark Walter and what he was able to do with the LA Dodgers, getting them to the World Series time after time and being successful there, he goes on to a new chapter, being in the NBA, learning about the NBA with Jeanie Buss and company, helping him, showing him the ropes, and eventually he'll do what he needs to do and eventually make the Lakers successful. This was surprising to me, like I said before, but this is part of business. Things change, new people get new roles, new positions, and they just have to fulfill that vision to get to that ultimate goal. But anyways, that is all for today's episode. Once again, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload an episode. I'm Devin, and I'm signing off.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show.